Good evening and welcome to the Whiskey Lover Society with me, Gert Retief, and tonight we're talking Ardnahou Balsa, 50% ABV, natural color, non-filtered, coming from the Islay regions of Scotland, and we are looking at, well, the youngest distillery in Islay. The first run was in October of 2018, and I had a couple of them and I did some reviews on them already. So tonight we are looking at the Balsa. Had the opportunity to get a sample, didn't get the full bottle. Well, sometimes you have to try it before you buy it and make sure that you actually like that bottle. Whiskey is getting very expensive, and of course we don't want to always talk about price. So for this video I'm going to skip the price, as I don't want to see or spoil it for a lot of people, and also maybe not spoil it for me. Drink it, try it, nose it, taste it, and then I will go look at the price and maybe put it somewhere during the video how much you're going to pay for this one. So the sample was quite cheap. I paid about €7.50 for a generous 50 milliliter or 5 centiliters for my local people. And I gave it a little pour. Of course, it is a peated whiskey. Not sure on the parts per million on the phenols, but on the nose, it feels like not too much, maybe 35, could be a little bit more. I'm getting used to the peated whiskies, the 45s, and up to the 200 and some odd parts per million on the phenols. So the Balsa, where does it come from? Well, apparently it's the name of a little bit of a cave there near the distillery, the Balsa Cave. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time. This is not a history channel. I know you are here for one thing and one thing only. Well, am I going to buy it or not? And of course, is that the type of whiskey that you like? And of course, I forgot to mention the maturation. This is a sherried whiskey, little maturation in ex-bourbon, and of course they finish off probably most of the time in a little bit of a sherry cask. So quite looking forward, as you know from experiencing and listening to my rantings and ravings sometimes on whiskey. I do like a peated whiskey, and I do like a peated whiskey when you add a little bit of a sherry cask. So if you have one, pour yourself a dram, see if you find the same things that I find on this lovely whiskey. And please, before I start, please remember to like, share and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. So on the nose for me, cheers. Now the first thing that I realized, now I poured it maybe 5-10 minutes ago. Normally when I pour it, the first thing it goes to the nose. I haven't tasted it yet. The nose for me, it was a little bit more peatier than it's now. That time in the glass, it releases quite of that volatilities that comes out. Now, the more peated whiskey you drink, you tend to, it gets so used to it that you don't really experience it the same way that you would have done it the first time. So yeah, less peat on the nose, but it's lovely on the nose. That is, for me, it's a lovely, light, sweet, almost perfumey type of notes. Once you get past that volatilities of that smoke, that little iodine type of smoke, it's not really a bonfire, a little TCP note that comes in, a typical Islay type of nose that you get. Now for me, berries, quite a lot of sweet red berries that I get. There's sometimes, not every time, maybe if I give a little bit of a twirl, I get a hint of an earthy note in it, but not every time. But it's pleasant, it's sweet. I get a little bit of a chocolatey note. I get a little bit of a strawberry note. It almost reminds me of, years ago, my parents used to get these chocolates with the different types of alcohol in it. And some of them had a little bit of a strawberry note. So I get a little bit of a light chocolate with a hint of strawberry. Now, even with this short time period, I get less and less of that peat. Now I just get that sweetness. The ex Oloroso sherry. Now, it's not screaming out Oloroso sherry for me. There is a little bit of a raisiny note, but it's really more that chocolate-covered raisin, chocolate-covered strawberry note that I get. It's lovely, light, sweet, friendly, well balanced on the nose for me. So there's definitely something that I enjoy to nose, but I know a lot of people don't really care about so much of the nose. It's about the tasting as well. So tasting 50%. So keep it a little bit slow, small sip, and see what it's about. Cheers. Wow. Now that nose for me was that a little pony, a small little horse galloping, well, not galloping, slowly walking with a child on it. That balances the friendliness, the lightness, the sweetness, all of those nice things. And when you take that sip and that little pony jumps over and just changes into a massive bucking horse going crazy. Wow, that is impressive. Let me try again. It really packs a punch. It's lively. It's sweet. It's intense. And that peat is just like, well, it's a nice, light, friendly peat, and all of a sudden it just bangs you in the mouth and it gives you a lot more peatiness on the taste than it was on the nose. It dries out the mouth for me. It first coats it with oil, and once it's finished, you get that little dry mouth feel. And well, let me just make sure on that. Keep it small. It is 50%. Wow. Big peat notes, big chocolate note, big Oloroso sherry, but it feels a little bit more intense than just Oloroso sherry. That the raisins, the dates that comes in, the figs that comes in, a chocolate note that comes in, a little jam note that comes in, this little strawberry jam, sweet and sweet and sweet. It is a sweet whiskey, but then that peatness, that smokiness, that iodine, TCP, all of those flavors just comes in, rips that sweetness out, and you're left with a lot of smoke in the mouth, a lot of peat in the mouth, and a lot of tannins in the mouth. It brings out a little bit of a dark tannin, a bitter note that is left, and it's begging you, well, get rid of it, get rid of it. How do you get rid of it? Take another sip. Cheers. It's definitely, it's comparing that pony, compare that to one of those wild horses that needs to be tamed. Now, the one idea of taming that horse, and I really don't want to do it this time, is maybe to add a little bit of water. Now, I'm just going to add, well, not much. Maybe a teaspoon or two, well, 2 teaspoons of water on this one. It's quite a generous dram. Cold outside. Water is also quite on the cold side as well. Room temperature, of course. There's a little bit of a Scottish mist forming. Not much, I think. If it give it a little bit more time, there will be a little bit of cloudiness forming. On the nose, it feels like a little bit more sherried note. That peat note is a lot less, and now it feels like a lot more of a sherried whiskey, and not that other niceties that feels it was pushed away. Still nice, But for me, that it was nice already without the water. With the water taste, definitely, it's a calmed down horse, a little bit of a broken horse, a horse that lost a little bit of the spunk for me. Let me try again. Yeah, that big ride from the horse is gone. It's toned down. It's still lovely sweet. There's a little bit of a tannin still there. There's a little bit of a bitter note. That sweetness is there. But to be honest, well, you drink it the way that you drink it. For me, I would drink it neat. Small, pour yourself a small one. Don't need to be a big drink every night. Very small one, small sip, and just drink it the way that is intended. But it does take water well. So let me know in a comment what you think. How do you drink this one? Well, how do you drink a 50% ABV whiskey in general? Is it something that you would add water, and how much water do you drink? Now, this is my opinion on this Ardnahou Islay whiskey, and it is lovely. Definitely something that I would recommend you give it a try. Let me know in the comment what you think. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I see you next time. Cheers.